Which one am I going to go for? I'm going to go for the chocolate. And the reason I'm going to go for the chocolate is because I've eaten celery before, and to be honest, it's a fairly bland experience. And I've eaten chocolate before, and it's filled me up, gave me a sugar rush, and induced a feeling of pleasure. And that's because eating chocolate releases dopamine, a major neurotransmitter, and we repeat behaviour that releases dopamine because it makes us feel good. And that is exactly how Black Friday works. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, they've been around a few years now and have pretty much transmogrified into one. The idea is that retailers offer big discounts on products, namely plugins in the audio world, and we snap them up as bargains on the run up to Christmas. But there's only one half of this buying and selling relationship getting the true benefit of Black Friday, and that's the person or company that you're buying from. They also use FOMO, or fear of missing out, to lure you into their sticky marketing web, and that FOMO, alongside the dopamine rush of finding a bargain, followed by the dopamine rush of downloading and installing it, is a powerful thing. And then you go to hit record or mix your latest track, and the inspiration just isn't there. And that doesn't release any dopamine, so you go back and repeat the behaviour of finding another bargain and downloading that one. And whilst there are some good deals out there for Black Friday, the real winners at the consumer end are those who just ignore them and concentrate on what really matters, the music. So here's Mark with 5 top tips to keep the creativity flowing that are designed to give you a real dopamine hit you'll really want to repeat, nailing a damn good song.
Tip 1. Go back to the source. We're always talking about getting things right at source, and it's so important. It makes the mixing process so much easier. Many people throw a production together and then try and pummel it into submission in the mix. Don't do that. Mix as you go, and if the chorus hasn't got that epic lift you had in mind, then try changing some chords or adding a short pre-chorus that drops everything right down, ready for that big impact when the chorus does come in. Mix using songwriting and arrangement. Get those right and get everything working together sonically at the writing stage, and the song mixes itself. See it as one process. Tip 2. If you do really feel the need for some retail therapy, then spend some money on something that will inspire you, trigger some inspiration, and make your music better. That means that rather than just grabbing another reincarnation of an SSL channel strip plugin because it's $39 instead of $149, which it never is anyway, look at some sample libraries or virtual instruments. Apple introduced the Alchemy synth with Logic Pro years ago, and I'm still loading that up as inspiration if I'm writing a piece of music for one of these videos or just for fun. I'll load up some sounds I haven't tried before, scroll through some presets, and one of those will usually trigger an idea for a riff or a phrase that can be evolved into a piece of music. Tweak the preset to make it your own, and you're off. Sample libraries and Apple Loops producer packs can be a great source of inspiration, and to avoid sounding like everyone else who's using them in that genre, try going for a different genre. If you're producing heavy rock, then try some funk or even country loop packs. You never know where that inspiration will come from, and you might even end up making something truly unique. Tip 3. Collaborate. Instead of spending hours trying to tweak the drums to fit in your track, leave your programmed drums as a rough guide and then send the track to a real drummer. There are a ton of session drummers working online. We've linked to some we know and trust in the description down below, but we aren't sponsored by them in any way, and they don't even know that we've listed them in this video, unless they're watching it now, in which case they do. Or browse some listings on sites like Fiverr and get some really hot musicians on your tracks. It can make such a big difference, and if it's not you, then they'll nearly always bring something to the party that you might not have thought of. Tip 4. Get out, go for a walk, and let your imagination run riot. Try something like making a mashup of a few of your favourite movie scenes in your head, and then writing an imaginary soundtrack to that movie. You might have the T-Rex scene from Jurassic Park, the Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters, and the shower scene from Schindler's List. Actually, no, probably not that last one. But try imagining how that piece of music would go in your particular genre away from the original, and then get back to the studio and start putting it together. Then you can call it Marshmallowsaurus Rex, and everyone will think you're a genius or an idiot. Tip 5. Look at furthering your education with online courses, but avoid the mixing ones. There's limited value in watching someone mix a song that isn't yours. And anyway, you're mixing with arrangement and instrumentation choices now. Yeah? So concentrate on content that offers inspiration or arrangement tips rather than how to EQ someone else's bass drum. There's a ton of content out there, both free and paid, and we'll be reviewing some paid courses in a future video. So make sure you've hit subscribe and ding the ding dong to be notified of future videos.